Did we have a new version going live in the App Store over the weekend by chance?
I haven't released anything in the App Store.
We're waiting.
Yeah, it got approved by Apple, but it's just sitting there because I think we wanted to fix a couple bugs before we sent anything all the way in.
Did we get any approval from Google yet?
I think that one got approved too, if I recall correctly.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it did. Just waiting for us to release it if we want to.
Real quick.
What's up, Amit?
So has anyone tested check-ins in Will 26?
Yeah, it's ready to publish.
Check-ins. Yeah, there was some issues with it. I want to talk about that here.
So
So-
when did it on? Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Like we identified, so like and since our prod update was not there for the backend, and we have done that. So can you please test it again?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Test it again in production.
Yeah, 26 version.
26.
26.
Okay.
Yeah. Latest build is 26 now.
No, also, guys, before we start, just a fun fact. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday, Wells.
Hey, happy birthday, Wells.
Woo, thank you, guys.
How old are you? 21?
25.
Close.
Pretty happy to be here sharing this moment with you guys. Cool
Yeah,
stuff.
right on, man.
What did I miss?
Well's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes, sir. 25.
Nice.
Did I catch in Slack earlier that Jerry's flying home today? Is that right?
And Todd, can you please check external chat and production also? I worked with Jerry and it was working. We found it was working.
Okay. In 26 or
Yep, 26,
Okay.
yes. Any build,
Okay.
you can test it.
doing it right now?
Mm.
On iOS or Android or both?
Both.
Okay. You got
External
it.
chat. It will be only work on production, not on Q external chat.
Right.
You will, yep.
Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, we got some issues with the tagging friends, a few things, some of the onboarding. Is Jerry not going to be here this morning?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, he said he was catching a flight back. Let me check real quick what time he said. He said his flight leaves at 3:30. So I'm assuming that's AM Central Time. Oh no, he said afternoon, 3:30.
Oh, that's not till later.
Yeah, so he's still in Chicago.
Is he joining us?
Let me ask him.
Okay. I need a mean for quite a bit of stuff too.
Yeah, the check-in and tags did work and create the group chats.
I'll let you know what he
Doesn't-
says, John. I slacked him. I'm on another call right now, so I'm gonna mute it. But I've got the captions on if you need me for anything.
John, what kind of issue are you getting? I can also debug.
I'll tell you in a minute here.
Okay.
Where did Danny say he was going? There's a call. Yeah.
Yeah, do you need me, John?
No, it's all right. I have a few things for a mean. Just a lot of odds and ends. What you said it worked for you, Todd?
It did so far on Android version 26. I was able to check in and tag multiple people this time, and it did work successfully. Shows up in my Discover feed with the card and who I checked in with. Also created the group chat.
Okay. Alrighty. Here, let me drop one thing into development. Tell me if this is a front end or a back end thing.
Okay.
Been here for a while. We keep talking about it. If you go and share a movie into a chat, it's saying undefined. It says you shared a undefined. I mean, Ahmed, do you know why that's happening?
Yeah, I'm checking them.
Yeah,
What version are you in, John?
I'm in 26. I'm in the latest one.
So this is John. This is before you click on send button, right?
Yeah. After you
Yeah.
send, everything is correct.
So yeah, this is a front end side.
Okay, maybe Ismail, could you take a look at that?
You said when you share a movie, it'll say undefined the name of a movie.
Yeah, not the name of it. I think the category. If you take a look at the what's in development channel.
Sharing
You
undefined. with-
shared a undefined with. Yeah, I think it should be the. Oh yeah, I should say a movie. Okay. And is that for all movies? It's consistent.
I think so.
Okay, let me just test it out here real quick. Ah, I see it. But once you actually share it, it works, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take a note of that.
Okay. um, some of this, I'm not sure how much is front end, back end.
Send it to we will identify it.
Yeah, let's go through a few things here. So when I went to do a direct share, the message had a bunch of let's see, it has an extra heart emoji in it. I'm not sure how this even happened. I saw this working and now it's not. Let me just show you what this looks like. This is not the message it's supposed to be when you text somebody an invite link. It's supposed to be a line break where that first heart emoji is. First of all, that's not supposed to be there. There's supposed to be a line break and then a second line that begins the next sentence where it's invite only. Ahmed, do you have control over that?
Yes, yes, yeah. Yep. So I can see it is from the backend side. So what you want here?
A line break. First of all, get rid of the first heart emoji.
First part of emoji.
How that even got there? Because there was once no emojis. Now there's too many. And then a line break before the next sentence there. You want to send me a screenshot of what's going to look like?
So is a text here, so it will not. You will not look like. So once I will reply, only you can see it.
All right.
I'm sharing my screen for a minute.
Okay. Is it mean here? No. Wells, did you get my message about the?
Hi, I'm using an app called Circle that is popping up in cities all over. So after all over, you want a line break, correct?
Keep going. Not there.
Not there.
No.
You add favorite like really cool place
After
movie.
you would like it too. Thought you might like it too.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you. Can you please repeat it?
Keep going forward.
Hmm.
You have to go a lot more forward. A lot more. More. Okay, stop. On your top line after the exclamation mark. No, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, no. After there, where it says "thought you'd like it too."
Hmm.
Yeah, so get rid of that emoji, and then it'll be a line break there.
Okay. Line break here, right?
Yeah. Are these two different? What
No,
is on the line above?
it's me, and I'm just picking close friends.
Yeah, that would be a separate line.
It's invite only, and after and you want line break also.
No. Just right there.
Okay, so see, thought you had like it too. After that, there will be line break. Then
Yep.
it will be it's invite only, and I'm just picking close friends. That's correct.
That's right.
Okay. And last there will be emoji.
Yeah, that one stays there.
Okay. I will deploy it on QA.
Okay, let me know when it's ready for me to test it out on the phone.
Yes.
And what's the top line there? That's the different message, right?
This it's different. It will random message will come. So
Yeah.
first and second will be switch.
Two different options, right?
Different option, correct.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know how
trying, and I will let you know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand how it even got copied down that way. These messages are not converting very well, and the tickets are not converting very well. Kind of figure out how to get these dialed. I mean, Jerry was telling me it was going to be somewhat of a build to have a some type of system where we can rotate through different optional messages and the images too that we use. You know, we use like an invite link with an image. I want to test variations of it, but I want to have obviously clear stats, clear data on which ones perform better. Is that something you would be able to put together?
So he did not tell me where he had put it. so I'm not aware about it.
Well, he hasn't done it. No one's done it.
Oh, okay. Also, no. Yep. So I can work on it.
You
Then.
think you'd be able to do that?
Yes,
Okay.
I will ask his what is their approach, and according to his approach, I will work.
Okay. Sounds good. Um, few other things. One second.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Real quick, the check-ins all seem to be working.
Mm.
In 26, what's still, if I do a check-in, with multiple people or tag multiple people, including an external user, the
Mm.
card does get created. It doesn't create a group chat. I'm not sure if it's supposed to or not. Um, with an external user during a tagged check-in.
So
I
free. One minute. So Todd, did you tag single external user?
I haven't tagged. I have not tested tagging a single external user yet. I can do that right now, though.
So when you tag
I tried creating. Go ahead.
so when you tag single external user, that time it will not create a group chat. It will send SMS.
Right. Right. It sends an SMS. An SMS invite into the app.
Yes.
Right. That does occur during the check-in and tagging an external user. I tried just creating an external chat with a couple of internal users and one external user,
Mhm.
and I'm unable to create a chat. Is that expected? That I
No,
can't
no.
create
Yeah,
chat
it should
with an
create.
external user?
Yeah, it should create. When you tag,
It should.
yes, when you tag one external user and multiple internal user, it should create a group
Mhm.
chat also.
Okay, that's not happening. I even tried creating just a group chat, just no tagging, no check-in. I
Okay.
tried creating a group chat with a couple of internal users and an external user,
I will
but the
check
group
about.
chat won't is not
Yeah,
created.
I will check
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I will check this one. So
Thank
let
you.
me first done deployment for QA.
Morning. Messaging me. I'm gonna see if he's on his way. A lot of these questions. He worked on a lot of this stuff. There's all kinds of issues around this. Like if you are tagging a one-on-one person, Todd, I noticed on my iPhone the SMS drawer came up. Did you
Yep.
get that? Yeah,
Is
and
that? Do
then
you mean SMS drawer with an invite? Is that what you mean?
yeah,
Right.
but then
Okay.
it's not the right um, invite card that we have.
Okay.
We have one that
Yes.
says you were tagging the check-in,
All right.
and it wasn't even supposed to pull up that drawer at all. It was just supposed to tag the person.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of questions for Amin. It's just a lot of weird things going on too. The font color changed in onboarding, and the show more button didn't work. Bunch of stuff. Wells, did you get my message about the images to expand?
Yes, sir, I did. And I did ask you for more clarification on that and more details on where and how do you want me to implement it. Because I want to be 100% sure I follow 100% of what you mean by that and what you want there.
Okay. Slack doesn't always notify me. I did not get notification that you messaged, but I see that you messaged here. Is your question? First of all, do you know where I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. What exactly is the trust tip photos that you want to be expandable? Do you want them to be like when you, for example, navigate to the photos tab and you click and you see the image in full
No,
screen? Is that it?
those ones are expandable. I'm talking about in the trust tips themselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you want the trust tips to be just like that?
Yes, just like that.
Okay. And when you say trusted photos,
You have to
um,
go to a profile at like a place that has trust tips with images.
okay, just a second.
You tap on the little thumbnail image. You don't. It doesn't expand. It's just a thumbnail, so it's not really all that valuable.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I go to a place.
Hmm.
Let me see one that has trust tips. Any place in mind that you used to test?
What was the question?
Any place that you used to test that has like a lot of trust tips?
I mean, can you open the Discover feed?
The Discover
Are
feed.
you in QA or production?
Right now I'm testing in prod on test flight.
If you're in production, I think the very first um, business there, La Costa Cafe, they have trust tip images.
Oh
See that?
yeah, indeed.
Many, many.
Yeah, and there are a little. Oh, I see. I see. Someone posted like some photos and they're not dependable. Okay, so you want me to when I click on one of those images, they to be in like full screen.
Yes.
Okay,
Kind of the same, basically the same as they do on the Photos tab.
okay, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Doable, 100%.
I see on one of the trust tips, I think there's a problem with the apostrophe. If you look down at the one that was 11 days ago, you know how sometimes apostrophe makes extra, or maybe it's, I don't know what that is. What's,
Can you
doesn't
send
make
me a
it big
screenshot?
screen. Yeah. Okay. So, and then also, I'm not sure if I think you might need a mean to help you with this, but after you add a favorite and then you can add more people, to share with,
Mm-hmm.
the keyboard, once it comes up, you can't get it dismissed. So you can't select anybody from behind it. You can't do the add more button. You're kind of stuck. Um, Amin has applied where you can swipe down on the keyboard. I'm not sure if you'd be able to do that or if you would want him to help you with that.
Um, I think I would be able to do that. I just need some directioning on how did he implement that and where is the implementation so I could take a look at.
Yeah. Okay. I sent you a screenshot of what I'm talking about. If you take a look at it, you'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm testing it right now in test flight,
Hmm.
which I favorite something here and getting to that screen on a real device.
Yeah. See how you're just kind of stuck there?
Yeah, I see.
So a swipe down would be good,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
you can swipe down on it in chat and a few other places.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in
Yep.
chat also. So perhaps Ismail knows something about that.
Um, Maybe, but I'm pretty sure Amin applied it everywhere. I know it's a pain in React Native, the keyboard, and Ismail. I don't think he's worked on that. Have you, Ismail? Have you ever done a swipe down on the keyboard?
No, I think that was the one I mean implemented using the library
Yeah.
that we have. So your best chance would be to probably look at the documents. I unfortunately haven't worked with it yet, but I think if you read the documents, should be able to guide you
Yeah, I
with
will. I
keyboard
will. I will
library.
message him and ask him about that.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah. I mean, we
can
can.
I get the implementation? I'm not sure if that's gonna be possible though, John, because there is a list of users. So when I swipe up and down here, I swipe for the users. So I'm not sure if um, we're gonna be able to differentiate the pushing up and down from the list and from the keyboard. But the
Well, no,
I'm
we
not sure how that's
can.
implemented, so perhaps we can try for sure.
That was kind of the trick, the magic of how he was able to get it to work, even
Oh,
with this
really?
mobile view behind it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I will. I will ask him that.
Okay.
And yeah, that's not like urgent because there's a lot of other stuff to be done also. So
Yeah. What else do you have on your plate?
yeah, so I was doing the investigation on that thing reproducing the error. I could not get to reproduce the error though. When I once I updated the code, it did not work, but that took some time to build and etc. and etc. So
Reproducing what?
that error with the authentication in which a user logged in a previous version of onboarding would have like an outdated onboarding and thus it would not have the token. So we were looking into how to get that reproduced to actually find a way of getting the user to an up-to-date state with the token and etc. So he can see stuff like the chat and etc. And he would
Right.
not like get a white screen. So I did invest into that and was not that successful. Was really um uh um it was tiring. So I basically did that for the day and finished the other feature that I was working on, which was the pink bio and bigger font size for the Ismail set and everything. Though I still have to open the PR for that. So right now I'm working into getting a PR for that open so that can be reviewed and merged.
Okay.
And
That one's ready for a PR.
yeah, the one's ready for a PR.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you need help with the token? Does it require any back end assistance?
No, not really. So what I did was I got into an older version of the project so I could have an old login and then jump back into a newer version of the project and be in a newer version but an outdated login. But due to how the dependencies were working, I had to uninstall and reinstall a bunch of stuff for that work because there were thousands of changes between the two versions. So perhaps something got lost in the way there. So I don't have like an updated login in the new app
Hmm.
for some reason. But um, I do have an idea on how to test that, getting like a newer version. I just did not test that yet because it takes a lot of time and it is a tiring process to be uninstalling and reinstalling everything and etc. And also because I was doing it on the Pixel emulator as well.
Hmm.
Uh, but I will try this later on today in an iOS simulator, which is going to be way faster and in a not that outdated build. So there's going to be, I believe, least changes. Anyways, I will do this like as a side thing while I work in other productive stuff so I can deliver good things. But yeah, it is basically John an investigation project, an investigation effort on a bug, so we can understand it better and reproduce it, so we can think on ways of fixing that.
Who set it up in the first place? Wasn't that Jerry and Ismail that set it up?
Sorry,
Maybe didn't Jerry and Ismail set up the token, the authentication token, the first time?
they
Yeah.
did.
Maybe Ismail, you could assist, or do you have any advice?
Um, yeah, I mean, we just need to see what's going on. Like, if we need to be able to recreate the scenario where we're in where it's not giving us the token, but we're logged in the newer version. So Wells was just kind of seeing if he could reproduce that. Were you able to reproduce that successfully yet?
Not really, sir. Not yet.
Mm, I see.
But I do have an idea on how to get that another run and try it
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because it looks like if you haven't logged in for a while on the phone, and maybe if you have like the older version and you update, it does that. So I'm not sure
Hmm.
what the exact requirements are, but
Yeah.
yeah, or
I think I got a version too late to update it. I will try getting exactly a 2.2 version. Go ahead, Central. Chantal?
Chantal, you had your hand up.
Oh.
Maybe that was an accident. Go ahead,
Ah,
Rose.
there we go.
Oh, yeah.
I was just wanting to let you guys know before I forgot that I found a reproducible crash bug in 26.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I wanted to say
Hold
that
on.
before I forgot.
Hold that thought. We'll get right there. And then there was something else too. I can't remember, but yeah, go ahead, Wells.
Yeah, no problem. And also just a disclaimer real quick. I am in my parents' house, so if you hear my little nieces and nephews like screaming in the background, please don't mind.
No worries.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think if I go exactly to version 2.2, which is exactly before the authentication came in, and log in there, and then jump right into a couple features, a couple versions later, not exactly the latest one, and review the app, then I think I can go to the latest one that will do the trick. Um, I I I I believe that's gonna work because the way the authentication was set up was that it literally did not exist, and then at some point it started existing. So if I get to log in into the app right at the end of the onboarding, in that moment, just like I got the emulator uh, too when I did the testing, because let me explain a bit clearer. A bit clear. The way I got to reproduce that error on the first place by accident was I did set up an Android emulator that was initially started in the latest build, and when I set up the emulator again for us to do other stuff, I was right in the middle of onboarding, but with a newer version of the app because I had just ran the new version of it. So I believe it got partially the older version that was there already because I was in the middle of onboarding. So my account was already created at that point. But it did finish the onboarding on that end, having the new code and new data. So I will try that next, and I think that's gonna be exactly how I got to reproduce that by accident in the first place. So that's what I'm thinking and doing. But I will try that later on today because I don't want to be too invested into this investigation and not be delivering other features. So I will work into open the APR for this bio thing and working into some other requests from John. For example, this that you asked for the trusted images. And once I have this at least true PRs or stuff done, I will do this investigation thingy and try to reproduce the error so we can get that in. And as soon as I get that in, I will leave it as is, and I will contact Ismail and Jerry so we can do the proper debugging into that scenario to understand it better. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let's look into that crash bug you were saying, Chantel. This on your Android, right?
Yep.
Okay. What were the steps there?
I just go to share a book and chat. It doesn't matter what chat. I did check. I click the search ad to add a book, and I type in 2 letters. And that's it. And then it crashes on me.
Ahmet, did you catch that? I'm wondering if that might be a backend issue.
Yeah, I got that. So she went to search a book and that time it crashed.
From
Correct?
chat.
From chat, yes.
Yeah. Yep. I put a
Uh,
video in dev.
I'm checking. It is happening for all the books until only a specified.
Mhm.
So it is happening for all the books or only a specific book.
Well, I only got 2 letters in, so I don't know if I do any 2 letters if it does it.
Okay. Looking at the screen now.
I'm trying to multitask here a little bit too. Ismail, are you able to offer some assistance to Wells on the token thing? What was the net result there?
Yeah, like I said, he was looking into how to reproduce it. As soon as he finds that, he can tag me, and we can go from there.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Speed things up a little bit.
Yeah, I would like you to assist on it. Maybe team up on it.
Now it's not doing it. I was able to consistently do it like 4 times, and now I can't do it.
Is it because you're typing different letters?
No,
Same letters.
same letters. I did
Yes.
HD because someone was looking for a specific book.
Minor correction. It looks like you did HD space, and I think it failed after the space.
Okay, let me see. That changes things.
So it is working on iOS. I checked this.
Nope, not doing it. Darn.
Hmm.
I was able to reproduce it 4 times. I was able to reproduce it in different chats.
Hmm.
And every time it was doing it, and now it's not doing it.
It doesn't look like it was bringing up any results at all. Like at the pace you were typing when you did HD, like there was no preliminary results. It crashed as soon as a result set began to load, which makes me think maybe the API connection was down when you were.
Nope, I did it. I did it.
Oh,
Yeah, I just did it again.
were you recording again?
I was not, but it did the same thing that it was when I was recording, and I didn't click space yet.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just any results. Because like, did you see even for a split second any actual book covers?
No.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's an issue. Total guess, but I'm guessing it's an issue with the API connection because it's not even loading in any values.
I'm trying to recreate it on the iPhone.
I am too, because if it were the API, that would presumably be affecting everything, production and dev.
Spontel, it's your number 4355.
Are you talking about her user ID?
No, phone number.
Oh,
My phone number?
Yes.
615?
No, not this one. Favorite search.
Well, no matter how much I try, I can't get it to fail in production.
yeah, it might be an Android specific thing.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
The 2 letters that Chantel was typing was HD.
Yeah.
So just, I don't know, it could be that there's a specific bug with one of the results that comes up too.
True. But it's not doing it on iPhone.
And it wasn't doing it there for a second either with doing those same letters. Because I was like, oh, maybe I could try it with different letters. And
Yeah.
then
Do
oh,
any
I did it with TR, so
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be just those 2 letters.
nope.
Okay.
But I consistently do it after 2 letters.
Okay. You're looking into it?
Yes, yes, I'm looking at it. Book search API. I'm checking.
Okay.
Book search. Book search. Okay. I'm doing the API call. Just a minute. Look at this together.
um, while you're looking into that,
Hmm.
um, Chantel, where did we leave off with the snooze for alerts, for notifications? I know we had designs. I know we talked about it a little bit. Did we ever actually share those designs with anyone on the front end team? Can't remember. You're muted, Chantel.
Thank you. I can't remember either, but let me look into it and see.
Okay. You want to share your screen? Let's take a look at it. I want to get Ismail's opinion on it.
While she's bringing that up, I forgot. I wanted to tell you, John. Yesterday, I was writing a really long text, and you know that issue we were having where the keyboard, when we were typing a word, would bounce back to a different spot.
Yeah.
It happened in iMessage.
Is that right?
Yep. It was identical.
Interesting.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was so frustrating too because it was like it was one of the really long texts I sent you guys yesterday. I
Yeah.
had to actually stop and then go to my laptop
So,
and finish it.
okay. So it's an iOS bug.
It has to be. Yeah. The only thing that was slightly different was when it failed, all of the um, suggested words that it gives you those 3 suggested words for whatever word you're typing.
Yeah.
They all just grayed out. It wouldn't populate anything. So there was like clearly another failure happening, but
Yeah.
that exact same thing where it bounced the cursor back in place.
Okay.
And I
Well,
was while in the middle of typing.
I'm glad it's not us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had another epiphany about iOS bugs, I guess you could call it, defects, because you know how our feeds can be a little jittery sometimes if you go
Yeah.
slow with it. Well, I use the Walmart app as a proxy for ours to see, how we compare, and because it's a React Native app, and it's a well designed app, but their feed was worse. It was more jittery. So
Mm.
yeah, so it's also ever since iOS 18, um, it's kind of hosed performance in a lot of ways. It's like they're rushing. I don't know what's going on with Apple.
19 is apparently going to be a pretty massive rebuild on the entire appearance of the operating system.
Hmm.
I'm guessing that they've been putting their focus into that since 17 because
Well,
they're usually working 2 operating systems ahead for the public releases
I see.
or from the public releases. So like what we get 18.4 has already been in the works for like 6 months.
I see. When is 19 supposed to be out?
September. June is going to be the announcement.
I see. That's a ways out, but yeah, the I guess if you have a React Native app and you're running on iOS 18 and up, the feeds are not smooth anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just it's across all of them. It's not just us. Okay, Chantel's sharing her screen here. So, Ismail, have you seen this yet? We wanted to give the option to pause notifications on group chats for an hour, 8 hours, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Did we share this with
Talked
you?
about it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's right. And oh yeah, and we talked about whether this should be a scrollable view or not.
Correct.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't know what we decided. We finished it design wise, but I don't think we talked about it since then. So, taking a look at what you see here, what are your thoughts on how you might want to implement this?
Well,
Yeah.
first thing is, let's see here. We have, so that's the shareable link, the name of the group chat, and then we have members. What's members there? Well, what if we like something like, investor chat or whatever? What's happening there when you click that down button?
Members one is already live, so that just brings up that modal with um, people you can add
Oh, okay,
or
okay,
the existing members.
okay. And then we have the silence notification one, and then that one we have these options. Um, resume notification. And we have the date it was silenced. Okay. And that one's just gonna be like a hide show menu.
Yeah, unless we want to make it another screen.
Mm, well, only thing is if this is gonna be scrollable or not, because I don't think all that's gonna fit in one screen for most devices.
Right. Which changes the structure, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that works as a scrollable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Maybe
it's
we
like
should
designed to be like. It doesn't look like a scrollable view. It doesn't feel like one. Can it be one? Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but like you know what I mean. Like this doesn't look like something. Oh, you can scroll, but
Right.
we can make it scroll, I guess, if we want to. I'll leave that
Well,
to you guys.
I don't know. Is it pretty easy just to make it a separate screen?
Um,
Kind of like when you tap members.
yeah, a modal will pop up. That's also another option.
When you
Let's
tap
see
on
the design.
members, I think it's actually a separate screen because it slides in from the right.
Um, yeah, I mean we can go either or, but for the smaller lists, I kind of tend to go for a more list because it's like cleaner, like just pop up high.
Hmm.
But we can go a separate screen if that's what we want to do.
Um, then we avoid the scrollable view.
If we have a separate screen, I don't think we need it as a scrollable view. You'd have the whole screen to display like 4 options. Should be
That's what I
fine.
mean. We avoid the scrollable view.
Yeah,
We won't have to do it.
correct.
Hmm. And
Only
yeah,
one thing that actually concerns me a little bit is even with all those closed, all the menu options closed,
mhm.
um, on smaller phones, that still might be not enough. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the screen on the right,
Yeah.
like
The the modal here, it's a little. I think it's a little bit less space. Actually, what's in the app? Like if you look at where it says add image and then
hmm
group a name, it's a shorter distance.
in
So
the
this,
app right here.
yeah, we can make this a little more compact.
Mm. So
Uh,
being said, it might not be like I'm just saying for like smaller devices for shorter ones.
yeah, maybe.
Right now,
No.
this would only be a bigger deal if you're the admin. Otherwise, it would be even shorter of a space if you're not the admin, because it wouldn't be telling you to give it a name or change the image. All of that would be shrunk up a lot more.
Correct, but you have to kind of look at the longest possibility and how
Yeah.
would that fit on most devices, which I think so. Maybe we do need it scrollable, regardless. But my only thing is like we have to kind of have the user maybe know it's scrollable if we do want to make it scrollable. Because like I said, it doesn't scream scrollable to me. So I don't want the user to have like the two buttons not on the screen and he thinks that's where the
Yeah, I
screen
don't. Yeah,
ends.
that's what I would like to avoid it having to be a scrollable view.
Mm.
Um, hmm,
You could layer your drop downs. So if you expand the silence notifications and you have 4 results, those could sort of go over other things until you tap the thing that you want and then it collapses again so that the entire view doesn't have to be scrollable.
And notifications could be one line. You don't have to have maybe two separate ones for silence and pause, because like if it takes you to another screen, we have plenty of room for more choices there too.
Quick thought on the design. I think this is already in the app, but it shows the URL of the shareable link, and it's in it. It looks like an editable text box, but just to confirm, they can't modify that content, right?
No.
No.
So a
That
little.
would probably be a good idea. Like change the color, right? To have it more like indicate it's not editable.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing because it kind of looks like I can edit it, like I should be able to.
What would you want it to be?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it just shouldn't have the box around it and is the same color text as everything else.
That or maybe have it like a link color, like that blue.
Like,
Oh, that
mhm.
could be good.
Blue with an underline.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the hard black does match the text that we type, so kind of tricks you into thinking it's a type.
but like not the brand blue, but like the link blue.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Ian? It tricks you into trying to.
Yeah, like that's perfect. That kind of, and even underlining it, I don't know that you need to go that far, but it just tricks you because it's black.
Mhm.
And everywhere else that we see hard black, it's where we are typing as the user.
I like that color better. Yeah, that's more
Get
clear.
rid
to
of
me.
the box or no?
No, I like the box because it does tell me that there's something there I'm copying. Now it's less clear. See, without that.
Yeah,
box.
I think the box is okay. That was a good call on the color change. I think that's probably all that's needed.
Yeah, the other line's not bad. Too.
Also, when it comes to just going back to the notifications thing, John, you mentioned having one notifications button. We could do that. I think that then we're going to open up something that still is going to take up a good amount of space if there's two things inside of it.
But it'll be a full screen and scrollable view.
Would it be web view?
No.
It would just be, oh, then why is that easier to make scrollable than this?
This is a modal. This component wasn't built to be scrollable.
I see.
It can be, but it's going to be some re-architecting.
Gotcha.
But on another screen, it's just a blank screen. It's a fresh start.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Comment. You had your hand up for who? What's
Yeah,
up?
so I found it is a app side issue for this frontal search, not from the API. Let me share my screen.
Okay. Well, actually, hold your thought. Never mind. That's okay.
Sorry.
Let me stop it. Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
It's okay. And while he's doing that, Chantel, I would like to see an example mock-up where notifications is on one line. Maybe there's like a little icon, like a bell icon with a line drawn through it that the one we use with the line through the bell.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what that looks like on one line. Okay, keep going on it. You were going to share your screen?
Yes, John. So Amin and Ismail, can you please check into that? So you are
Amin-
trying to access.
Amin is not here.
So Ismail can see here.
Yeah, we can see.
Is one. Where I open it? Yep, here. Like you can see the session replay here. Exactly. So she is trying to search HD books. Then it's got crash.
Mhm.
And error is replace of null. Cannot read property replace of null.
Mhm.
So it is
Ismail,
there.
what does that mean to you there?
This screen might be. There will be the problem.
Does that make sense to you there, Ismail? I'm not really sure what we're looking at.
And I ping this centric URL. Ismail?
Yes. Yeah. Let me take a note of this. Could be that maybe it's trying to do a certain action. Maybe it's like on a race condition where if that race is called before a certain condition is met, it fails. So I'll take note of that right now.
Okay. So you have a fix for it?
I'll have to see. I have to look at the code and see where that search is and when it's happening, and or that replace. And so if you try to call like a replace, or if you try to do like a action on a null, it will crash.
Mm.
So we have to like maybe add just like a safety saying just make sure there's something there before it's trying to do that replace.
Okay.
And the fact that it's not doing it all the time tells me it could be a race condition. So I'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't happen way more often. And not so much on iOS. You would think it would be on both platforms, both devices.
It might be on both, and it might be also how, like, you know how sometimes iOS and Android handle things a little differently. Like, so like sometimes something that would pretty much work on iOS all the time could potentially fail on Android because of the order things run on each device.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be one of those cases.
Okay. Okay. Well, did you make a note to look into that?
Yeah, I'm making a note because right now I'm on my laptop. It's giving me a very hard time running the app, so I'm just gonna go to my other computer right after this meeting. So I'm making a list of things I need to tackle.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, let's go back to the notifications. Chantel, will you share screen again?
Yeah, one sec.
And Ismail, are you able to implement this for us, or we want to pause them? I suppose you probably need some back-end assistance on it.
Implement what exactly?
Pausing notifications for a period of time.
Oh, yeah, that would be backend. Like I would need a mutation that would be built to tell the that we pass the user key and everything too. That would tell us to, well, tell the backend stop sending notification to that person from that group.
Okay. Ahmed, are you able to do that?
Yes, I can do that. As a
Okay.
pausing notification, right? For some hours.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at the design again, and that way you have a visual.
Yes.
I wasn't sure where you wanted it.
Left side of it. And then,
Over here.
yeah, just get rid of the word silence. Just
Oh, okay.
replace it with the bell.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but I'm kind of curious. Todd, were you able to test chat on Android real quick if you're still here?
Yeah, I have been.
Okay. And navigating between tabs, and how's that working for you? Like,
It seems normal. I don't sense anything off.
does the app still feel smooth? Like, you don't see like performance hit after you jump, let's say 10 plus tabs.
No, there's no difference if I go to one tab or 5, 6, 7 as I scroll through them. Obviously, I'm guessing it's has to do with my connection or load times as each topic loads.
Mm-hmm.
It takes just a brief moment, but it seems normal. Nothing seems abnormal. It doesn't seem to get progressively. Performance doesn't seem to take a hit no matter how many different tabs or topics I'm looking at.
Interesting. Okay. Because I
Okay.
did some performance or I so I was testing on my local, and after like 10 15 tabs I saw a huge performance hit, and then after the changes I made it seemed to be a lot better where I can go like 20 30 plus without seeing much there. I mean, there still would be some kind of, so me and I mean we're doing a lot of testing, and what I ended up doing is I emptied up all the tap and I did like 50 or 60 of them, and then after a while you see a slowdown on Android even if they're completely empty. So That's just how it's built. That's tab views on Android equals, slowness after a good amount of opening. I don't know if it's, the Showtime library or just the tab view and the system, how it works. But I try to do my best to, memorize as much things as possible, limit, a few things. Um, so eventually what I got to do is open like a really large amount of tabs without seeing much of a performance hit, which was like more than the average user would ever open on in one session. But I think which seemed good, but I think Chantal was saying that she still did not see any improvement in her chat,
That's correct.
which is kind of weird to me. So
You
now
didn't see improvement, Chantal?
No, like I'm going through them and it's still taking a minute for everything to load.
Everything, including conversation history, or just the
Yeah,
topic?
like so if I'm on the main chat, no problem, just going straight to a main chat. But if I try navigating to any topic, it takes a second to
wait, even if you
load
just
any message.
even if you're just navigating to one,
It's always the second one.
no, like if you're in main chat and you're navigating, this is your first topic, clicking on it, do you still feel it's slow?
If I'm
In main chat, you just open
in
the
main
chat,
chat,
and you're going
Uh-huh.
to your first topic. You're clicking on your first topic.
Let me start from scratch on one. I'm going to completely close the app. Open up the app. I'll go to chat. I'm here. I'm at main chat. And then I'll go to my first one. Yeah, it still took a second for it to load on the first one.
Okay, so that's not what I was tackling. So here's, so yeah, let me just kind of get a few things through so we're on the same page. What I noticed on my Android, so maybe you were explaining something, but that led me to discover something else. When I open a bunch of tabs, it becomes the app feels very heavy, like until I close that chat and go back into it because we have multiple tabs open. Now this will not affect the first like 5 to 10 tabs for sure, even in the old build. This you'll start seeing, a noticeable difference after, like, I would say, depending on your device. If it's the newer one, probably after like 10, 15. If it's the older one, it's probably going to be like after 5 or 6. So if you're seeing it the first tab, that's something a little different. Now I did mention one thing a while back. Remember how we used to get chat duplicates? I did add a bit of logic where when you first load the chat, like I said, it'll take slightly longer, but it will make sure we don't have any duplicates because that's when the duplicates were happening. Because it does a async away and it doesn't call the same API twice, but it needs to wait for us to respond before it calls the other one. So there might be a slight delay. I don't know if that's what you're noticing. But that delay would affect iOS and Android, so it's not specific to Android. And lastly, Todd, are you experiencing the same thing where when you first open the tab, it takes a little extra long, or do you feel it's just that's how it's always been?
I really don't feel like it takes extra long. It just feels very normal to me.
That's
I'll
very
pay more
interesting.
attention, but yeah, nothing
Okay.
feels out of place at the moment.
Okay. Interesting. Not now, Chantal, but when you have some free time, do you mind screen recording
Yes.
your experience and sending that to me, please?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. And you're in production, right?
I'm in 26.
Which is production, yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm at least kind of happy that it's not like opening multiple tabs that's slowing down the Android, because that one was what I spent literally all Friday trying to figure out what's the best way to get that to work, which will improve performance on both iOS and Android. Like the chat should feel a little snappier when you're switching between tabs, and it shouldn't really be under a lot of um a lot of load. But yeah, just like I said, not now, but whenever you have the chance to screen record your experience for me and send it my way, I'll see if I can somehow improve it even more. And Todd, if you don't mind doing the same thing, I want to see if it's like device specific or if it's like something else we need to look into. I want to
Okay, we'll
compare
do.
the two experiences.
Hmm. So Chantel, your phone's still slowing down the more you go through messages.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it takes a second for each topic to load. And then for the like for those conversations to come in.
Well, that's a little different than, you know, Friday's description where you said the more you use the app, the slower it gets.
I had that experience on my iPhone actually when I was doing stuff on Friday. Um,
26.
Let me see what one's on my iPhone because that one I noticed the more I used it. Really, after 2 minutes, it was almost exactly 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That one was different. Yeah, I know. No,
Okay.
that one was. I know
Okay.
it's not a lot of people notice their phone heating up a little bit. So that one
Yeah.
was not related to chat necessarily. I was
Okay. Yeah.
focusing on the chat one.
Yeah. No, I need to update. I'm on 24 on
Okay.
that phone. So
Yeah,
my-
but you also reported Android. I'm pretty sure if I'm not going crazy, you reported the more you use chat on your Android, the slower the app was becoming. Was that
yeah.
something a bug you reported?
That sounds like something I've reported. I don't know if that's currently how it is, though. I'd have to sit here and play with it a little bit more.
Okay,
To...
because that's what I was specifically targeting, not the initial load
Okay.
when you click on something.
But just using it for
You
more.
like
Okay.
more specifically, using it, scrolling, going between different topics, and scrolling it. Like, yeah, it's basically using the chat. I want to see if like right now, unless you have like 30 tabs open, like 30 chats, like 30 topics, or like 20 plus, I would say on your phone, since and then maybe 30 on Todd's, since this is a little newer. Then you shouldn't really see much of a performance difference.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to kind of get some feedback on that specifically.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to implementing these notification pauses, I think we'll probably go to a full screen view. So I think we ought to just have Chantel, the one that says we have the bell. I'd make that bell a little smaller, and then the chevron point to the right, and we'll get rid of the pause notifications. That way we can go to a full screen, and then from there we can have the choice to pause them or silence them. um, what do you need, Ismail, from Amit to implement?
So yeah, just Ami has to understand all the options that we have in terms of um I see there's an option for 1 hour, 8 hours, 24 hours, and then one that's like when I turn it back on.
Yep.
So all those he needs to like have those available in the API. So like I can pass in like 1 hour, 8 hours, 24, or until further notice. So he has to determine how I pass those, and then after he completes that API, he tested for me how to use it. Basically, like, hey, this is what you pass for this and this and this. And then I'll have to create the UI and connect it to the backend.
Okay. And you see Amit on the screen there. Those are the choices.
Yeah, I can see it. Can you please send me this screen also? Yeah, I can understand what I need to do.
Yeah. For this one, or both?
Both, send me both. But middle one is enough for me. But send me both.
The one on the left, we're gonna delete the pause notifications because we're gonna have pause and silence on one screen.
Oh, got it.
Not right
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, leave that for now.
okay.
So we'll send this one to you when it's all done, Amit. But you get the idea here.
Yes,
That
yeah,
we're
I
gonna
got it.
silence and pause. They're both gonna be. It's gonna be the same choices. So, and silence means just the audio part of it, right? But then pause means none at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, is that right, Chantel?
Mhm.
Okay. The screen on the far left, can you delete the pause notifications?
I see the little bell. Sorry if I missed this. The little bell with the sound or the bar through it. Or is that going to make it into the production?
Yeah.
I like
Wow.
that a lot. Is there an icon we can put next to pause that would make sense?
We're gonna
A
combine
pause
it on
button.
the next screen. We
Oh.
don't need to necessarily do that because there's not even going to be two separate options. It's just notifications, which
Oh, got it. Yeah.
takes you to the next screen where you can silence or pause them.
Yeah, I do really like our implementation of icons where we can, even the members, like having a little, fake user head shape or something next to that. The leave can have like the person walking out the door or whatever. Those are just so nice to quickly know what you're gonna tap on.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to add an icon with like two avatars.
Right.
Do we have an icon like that where there's like two avatars next to
I
each
think
other?
so. I
Let's
think
see.
so.
Okay.
I think it's next to
Also,
the.
Chantal, sorry, just a quick update. I'm thinking again, a lot of the new screens. It's sometimes it's hard to follow the typography, the like the name of everything. I know that was a problem with the older designs when you converted them. Like a lot of that got lost, but I think I'm also noticing it in the newer ones.
Okay, yeah, some of the naming stuff.
Yeah, it just makes it
I-
hard to like. I have to start like trying to match the font with the weight and see which one is in Figma. It just makes it that much longer to.
Yeah, okay. I'll go through and see what's going on with that. I'm only a little frustrated right now because I did just do the Figma update on Friday, and I'm going to be so annoyed if that bug went in there again. I'm going to be so annoyed. 'Cause that's what happened on the last update. And then I went back and fixed it all.
Yeah, that is annoying. Is there like no way to like avoid it? Like, have you tried to like ask ChatGPT or something if there's any potential ways to like update without losing all that progress or all that naming of the?
I have not looked into it through ChatGPT if there's a way to have it not affect my current designs.
Yeah, maybe it would be worth an effort instead of having
Yeah.
to like redo a lot of it if there's a way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's just something that like I didn't press the button or something, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So on this, do you want to do like two people here? Like take this out and blend it as like a person and a person here?
Yeah, like one in front of the other.
Okay.
Do we not have one of those?
I thought we did, but
Let's see too.
whatever it was, we might have just decided we weren't going to use it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, just make something similar to that. And then Ismail, when you're well, what are you working on right now? What's maybe give us an update.
Well, Friday, as I mentioned, I was kind of spent the whole day trying to fix the performance for chat for Android. Well, it's gonna affect both Android and iOS, but yeah, it was mainly targeted towards getting that to work. And I think I slacked you when I made that breakthrough, and that was like pretty much by the end of the day, my day. So um, I had a build up, and that's how Friday went. So as far as today, well, there's multiple paths that we can take. Now we have the authentication problem, which Wells is gonna try to retrigger. As soon as he does that, I'm gonna jump in work session with him, try to fix it. Second thing is we have the sharing, the refactoring of those buttons, and if you remember, we needed to refactor some of the cards. Now I know Will said he was gonna work on that, but if he's still busy with other things, and since I finished the optimization of Android a little earlier than I thought I would, I can go back to maybe refactoring those cards so we can have that share and sync throughout the whole app, and we'd have our new components, which is performs better and it's just neater overall.
Hmm.
And if you don't want to do that, we can do, I can start working on this screen you guys are working on right now. Or if again, we also have chat replies, which I paused midway through that. So
Hmm.
a lot of paths we can go.
Okay. I think the notifications thing here, the pausing is a really big value add. Because especially as our group chats grow larger and larger, you can have lots of notifications happening. So um, yeah, let's finalize these designs and have you and Amit collaborate on that next. Yeah, what's up, Wells?
Hey, yeah, Ismail, if you got some time to work on the cards, totally go for it. There's a bunch of stuff here for me to do also. So um, if you wanna prioritize that, that's all good.
Yeah, I think we want to do this first, and then if I'm done with this and you're still busy, I can go to cards after refactoring those and
Yeah, I
finishing
think
up the share.
you might be done first, Wells, because well, hopefully the token thing doesn't take much longer, and then expanding those images that should be pretty straightforward, right? Because you already have the the blueprint under the photos tab.
Yeah, but I mean, there is the images, there is the on the favorite flow, the keyboard swipe.
That one
There
I'm
is
probably gonna have a mean do.
okay, yeah. So I will, I
Yeah,
will, I will just message him and let him know to do
mhm,
that.
yeah,
And yeah, and then what
yeah.
else
Do
do
you
I
have anything
I think
besides? I
there is
think you
other
just.
stuff here on the.
What else do you
Let me see here. What else did you ask for?
have? I think that might have been it, right? Just the
Oh no, yeah. There's just the your name appearing on the group, like it shows John Worthington instead of showing you. So yeah, that's just that. Oh wow.
okay. Chantel, you have the icon you were showing with the sync contacts. That was kind of the idea I had with the two avatars.
Okay. I just wasn't thrilled with the color on it. It's my issue.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we can use it as a
What
change.
format are they in? That right there.
Yeah.
What format is that? The file? Is it an SVG?
Yeah, and I can edit it. I just wasn't liking the way it was looking.
Hmm.
I think I know what you mean. Envato, we do still have our Envato license, and they have a ton of those.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
two,
yeah. I
so
mean, there's like we still have a flat icon one too, and that one a whole bunch with that as well. I was just saying if there was something I could do with the other one. This I don't know. That feels creepy to me
I,
now that I've looked at it.
it does kind of look like you have a shadow
You know?
behind you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
feels very
definitely.
stalkery.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't match the styling everywhere else too.
Yeah. If you
I think
search,
it's because that's what like iPhone had or something for their contacts.
Hmm.
I think if you search two user avatar icon, yeah, that's what it was. Two user avatar icon. There's a few similar things to what we're looking for that'll come out pretty quickly. Yeah, like that. Like the first one, third one, fourth one.
I like this one better.
Are these all free?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
we pay
oh,
for
we pay
flat
for this.
icon
Oh,
stuff.
cool, nice.
I love it. It's awesome.
So yeah, Wells, if
Oh,
you
that.
get done before Ismail, we'll have you work on the card refactors.
Okay, okay, sounds good.
That one
Cool.
on the left, on the top right now, all the way on the left, that one right there. Do you like that one, John?
The only thing is it's solid, and then everything else is
Oh, that's
outlined.
smooth.
I think something like that. Chantel, I think the one you were looking at up higher was a pretty good
This
option. Yeah, that was a good option, or even the one on the far left. But probably, yeah,
this
probably
one.
the one you had. I
Okay.
think that was a little better. It kind of matches the bell outline
Yeah, that's why I was initially going with that one.
Okay, cool. So, Amit, we'll get you the design for this
Yes,
for
yes.
tomorrow.
No
Okay.
problem.
We're gonna jump on a call here in a few minutes. 7 minutes. Ismail, did you have any more to add? Any questions? Anything?
No, just please send me the other screen because like I'm assuming the other screen slash modal is gonna look a little different. Are we gonna have like pop like a drawer modal maybe that one you can just hide? Um, we
I
can
was
use that for the
Well,
notification.
if you go into a chat, a group
Mm-hmm.
chat, and then you tap on the members, if you get
Mm-hmm.
here and you tap on members, well, should we just do it like that? It's basically like a whole new screen.
Mm, okay. I just tend to find drawer notifications less quicker in terms of the user experience. Like, like just tap on it, the notification drawer. You don't want it, hide it. Do where you're done, hide it. But again, I can do the screen too. So let me see just how that looks. So you
Well,
go
yeah,
to a group chat,
test it. Yeah, because I think it's the same amount of buttons.
members. Yeah, it just takes you to a different screen. Okay. Yeah, no. In terms of work, it's gonna be the same amount of work.
Okay.
I'm just
But
saying as
at
far as
least
user
it'll be a
experience.
consistent behavior instead of
Mm-hmm.
one being a screen sliding from the right and one being a modal sliding from
Okay.
the bottom.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I'll just do another screen.
Okay, yeah, I'd rather keep them consistent.
Yeah. Just again, we're gonna have a Figma screen or a Figma of how that's gonna look, right? Of that
Yeah,
screen.
so we're gonna get rid of the modal view that we see here on the right.
On the
And make
right.
it, yeah, it won't be contained within that modal anymore. It'll just be a whole
Oh,
full screen.
okay, yeah. I'll be like that. The drop down menu.
So it'll
Okay.
be like a pop up.
No,
Okay.
it'll be a whole new screen with a white background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
So
then
there's
it'll
gonna be
just
like
have that.
no more drop down menu.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll have the two choices for silence or pause. But let's
And
finish
would the pause also have the same amount of time?
Yes.
So it'd be silence, here's that, pause, here's that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
And
screen doesn't exist anymore. Got it.
right. I don't know if we even need them to be drop down. If it's a full screen, we can just probably list
Yeah,
them.
fair.
Okay.
Well, I guess that wasn't the best choice to do.
Any other questions about this screen?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. And I guess you're done with the one with the first one with the color background, Chantel.
What?
You're done with that one.
This? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get a little boot or a door, please. Let me do that.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I think it's fine without the icon on that one.
Okay.
It's kind of it's a
And then
different.
that goes to Amit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. This screen is not going to be as helpful as the next one.
Oh, okay. So don't send this one to him or send both.
Send them both together.
Okay.
This one on the left is pretty much done. Let's go ahead and finish it. Put the pause time frames underneath the pause as well, and then send it to me.
Oh, on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm working my way down.
All right. So Todd and Danny, we got a call here in a couple minutes. And Ian.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And real quick too, I want to bring up if we can soon. I have for some reason on my regular phone where I only use the Play Store version and my real account on this one phone, I stopped receiving notifications from Circles probably 3 or 4 days ago. I don't know why.
That's right. I want to ask Jerry about it when he comes.
Okay.
We're missing a couple key people with I have a lot of questions for Jerry and Amin when it comes to some of this stuff. So yeah, when they get here,
Okay.
let's find out what's going on. Okay, all right. Well then I'll drop off and I'll meet you over at the other link.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. See you there. See you Ian. See you
All right.
everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Take care. See you guys soon.
Yep, talk to you soon.